Hi, we are from Jeff, Latvia, and we'll tell you a bit about what is happening at the border with Belarus. We can start with some facts just about Latvia and Belarus to give you some insight. So our border is 173 kilometers long. We have kind of similar history, especially in the last century. Belarusians are actually the second largest minority in Latvia. They're around 70,000. And overall, Latvians have very close and good relationship with the Belarusian people, and we love them. We are just like one society, and we care about them very much. So yeah, and to give you more information on what is happening now, we need to start with some background. So, as you probably know, Belarus is not a free country, and for several years now, opponents of the long-standing Belarusian dictator Lukashenko have been silenced and they have been putting into the prison, allowing Lukashenko to remain in power. And on the 9th of August of 2020, fraud presidential elections was held in Belarus after Lukashenko remained in power. And this triggered a massive protests in Belarus, and they were widely supported also by Latvia. And just a few days after the election, Latvian government published an official statement that Latvia does not recognize Lukashenko as legitimate president, and adopted the first sanctions against several Belarusian officials who were responsible about the fraud elections and protests. And Latvia has shown a strong support for Belarusian people by emphasizing that Belarus should be free and democratic country. One of the most recent events that caused a lot of backlash was the removal of the Belarusian flag by the Latvian foreign minister and Mayor of Riga, and replacing it with the white and red Belarusian flag that you can see in the picture during the World's Ice Hockey Championship in Riga last year. And this action basically froze diplomatic relations between Latvia and Belarus. And since these elections, Latvia and the EU have actively advocated the regime change in Belarus, imposing numerous of sanctions. However, situation continues to escalate, especially after Lukashenko forced to land the Ryanair plane in Belarus on its way from Greece to Lithuania and arrested the oppositionist Roman Protasevich and his girlfriend. After that, even heavier sanctions were imposed on Lukashenko, and he started to threaten the EU that he will float the EU with refugees and drugs. And now Lukashenko is not only violating the rights of the people of Belarus, but also the rights of other innocent people from the Middle East who wants to get into Europe. Lukashenko is spreading fake news, telling potential migrants that Belarus is one of the fastest and safest ways into Europe by loosening visa processes and organizing more flights and special buses between capital Minsk and Belarus' western border. This had led to an uncontrolled flow of illegal migrants to Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland borders. Yes, for this reason, Latvian government declared a state of emergency at the border and put up a fence. On average, like 50 to 100 migrants try to cross the Latvian border daily. And there might be a question why Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland simply cannot let these refugees in. But the answer is very complicated. But in short, this is not just the story or question of ordinary refugees from Middle Eastern countries wanting to get into the Europe. This is a story about Lukashenko using migrants at the border as a hybrid weapon against entire EU to relax the heavy sanctions imposed on the Lukashenko regime.
So let's continue a bit more with how does Latvia help. Latvia keep supporting the work of many organizations, International Accountability Platform for Belarus, for example, for providing a systematic documentation of human rights violations and keeping preserving evidence of other international formats to hold accountable those who perpetrate human rights violations in Belarus. Also, in 2021, European Parliament awarded the non-governmental organization in Latvia, in English, it would be Easy to Help, for their movement with the hashtag Free Belarus, for helping and keeping disseminating information among Latvian citizens, make them aware and help Belarus citizens in their fight against freedom. Well, we looked at what Latvia does and what was the background. Now let's take a look at what we do as the organization. So we have currently 2 projects going on migration. One of them is I Am European. It's called and is implemented in 8 EU countries at the moment. And through this project, we're trying to involve many activists, like teachers, journalists, influencers, to create a positive view on the matter. What I try to say mean by that is that we try to show that you refugees or migrants are generally homogenized in one group as the others. But what we try to show and create the awareness, especially in Latvia, whereas the awareness in terms of migration is quite low, is to show that these people are different and has different stories, that they cannot be others. And so that's what we're trying to show, that what kind of values and what kind of talents these people bring with them. And while doing that, we interact with youth. Youngsters are also involved in the project through school and youth center visits, where we talk about migration issues, and we get the opinion of youth regarding this matter. As well, society is informed through different activities, especially through our social media campaign around this project, to raise awareness that migration is not how it's represented in media. Because when you look at media, it's usually when you really see something related to migration, it's always the crisis time. And the second one is coming from Society Integration Fund, which is we're now start implementing it starting this month to promote the belonging of migrants and non-citizens, to work on integration of migrants, including as well all migrants, including Belarusians, to increase interaction between and understanding and tolerance between these various groups in our society. As well, we're going to strengthen the NGO work that is done around migration. As in recent years, as I've mentioned, organizations like Viegli Palīdzēt, Easy to Help, and other organizations have emerged during also this Belarusian crisis, and during COVID, time that is helping more and more. Also increasing the work with migrants. So we're also strengthening the work. We're going to try and strengthen the NGO work regarding this regarding this field, as well as we're going to carry out some work supporting policy development in Latvia by giving suggestions and methods for improving the conditions of migrants and non-citizens. Thank you, everyone, for your attention.